The Huddle, the podcast that brings you the heart and soul of Rolla Bulldog High School sports.
At the,
Good. I never saw it.
you got to go onto the app. Okay, here we go. All right, welcome to Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by our title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. Always like to give them a shout out. They are 100% community champions. They are 100% employee owned. They are bankers by day, but they are Bulldog fans by night. And there you go, and that's the sound, and we're ready to start.
Let's get it going.
Season 3, episode 44. Here with Coach Talk. New sponsor, Taylor Chrysler. They're the new sponsor of Coach Talk. So appreciate Jeremy Shelton over there helping us out. Today, we got Bulldog head coach, Mark Miller. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Yes, sir. Jeremy Shelton hooked us up with sponsorship money over the years. Helped us. I remember the last thing we got was some new bags, team bags over it. But yeah, Jeremy's good about helping.
I do a good job. Well, in the background, we got the freshman game and then a JV game on tonight. Going to be taking on Lebanon. So if you're got nothing to do, you can watch this later. Come on up and watch the Bulldogs play. They'll be doing announcements. So we're going to be good going right through that. So, Coach, man, so you're 3-0 on the season so far. You had last Friday night. We had talked about that before, heading up to the new the Norm Stewart Classic, playing at Mizzou Arena.
Wasn't that a fun deal?
Oh my gosh, taking on Pembroke Hill, big time win for the Bulldogs. What's your thoughts about that game?
Well, we knew that we were going to get to play against a very good team in a fun atmosphere, and it was exactly that. And our guys were definitely prepared and ready to roll. Practices just prior to that, you could tell our guys needed to go play somebody, and
That was a long time off.
it was 2 weeks, but you know they were ready to go, came out firing, and a lot of fun to watch that game.
Yeah, there was they had a point where it was 52-25 at the end of the first half. I mean, the Bulldogs were hitting everything. Outside was working, inside was going. I mean, it was just a lot of excitement. Then the third quarter comes out, and things kind of changed up a little bit. The other team started hitting. We weren't getting some calls. Had a little bit of a change going on the.
You know, it seems to me like I heard you way up there behind me or something. Were you saying something?
I might have said something.
Please give us a better call than that, or something along those lines.
I did a big sigh one time, like that, and it was so quiet that people kind of heard it.
Yeah,
But
it was. It was one of those games where we kind of third quarter we were a little bit we weren't hitting shots, and whenever you're not hitting shots, you know it can always lead to some struggles. But then it felt like we were not getting calls, and the other team was, and against a good I mean that's a very good team. Against a team like that, that's a bad combination because it's going to light them up. They're going to feel like, hey, let's go, and they win.
Yeah.
And but you know, to get on in the rest of the game, our guys did respond and responded in a very good way. And man, we saw some really good things in that game. And apparently, it wasn't just us seeing some good things. There's some coaches that have contacted me too. That it was Paxton Ledbetter.
20-10.
He played like the player we know he can play. He can be, and of course, you know, with JT's he's rolling, going, and he's filling it up, putting points on the board, and E-Train, of course, did E-Train, and it was scored just amount of points that it was your old number, wasn't it?
34, buddy. Yeah, Ethan's 34. Yeah, he got that one going. I tell you, it was kind of cool because we talk about this. It was the toughest I've seen them play across the board for a team. I mean, at any point. I mean, going back to the youth ball days, we'd go play certain teams. You might get one, you might get two, but to have all of them step up, and even the ones that that maybe weren't hitting as well, they contribute in so many other ways, just with the physicality and how they responded.
I felt like it wasn't so our doldrums in the third quarter. I didn't feel like that was a lack of effort. I felt like the effort and the physicality was still rolling. It's just things weren't going our way, and so
they outscored us 30-16 in that third quarter.
They sure did.
And again, they had some things kind of bounce their way. They had some open looks because of our rotation. But you're right, the effort was there. It wasn't like we were just giving up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to see that you can hold off a really good team like that and still win convincingly.
And then with the final score 90-74, again, big time. I think probably surprised a few, organizers there because again, Pembroke Hill had been to the Final Four back-to-back years, a few years back. Again, they had the Mav Hawkins going to be going to Vanderbilt, and I just thought it was a great overall evening for the Bulldogs.
Mav Hawkins is a great player, but I don't remember names, but I remember numbers. And number one, that dude may be the best player, really. I mean, he could fill it up. Yeah. And it wasn't just against us. I watched a lot of film on that. They had played a lot of games already, and that guy can consistently score it in the 20s or higher. And something we didn't see a lot of, number 4 can really shoot it too. He didn't do anything against us. But number 2 took a lot of his minutes in that game. But just a quality win for us, I felt like.
Definitely. And then we come back and we've got St. James in the Phelps County battle. Always a tough one with St. James because they're going to give you everything they have. And over the years, they've had some high-powered teams in there. Been a little quieter for them, and I think we've won probably the last 4 or 5. And it's kind of been like slugfest to start with, and then we kind of always pull away.
They've got a solid basketball tradition, and of course, Ben Smith just does a great job coaching up his guys. Every team he has, you can expect that you're going to get physicality. They're going to be busting their tail, and
they're never gonna quit.
They're not going to stop. They're going to keep on going.
And a heavy senior class. Again, then he starts his son. Did a great. Isaac Van Smith did a great job.
Sure.
Handled the pressure. Played a lot more physical. You can tell the difference between his freshman year to his sophomore year. Just
definitely the maturity. Yeah.
It was nice. And so we started off, jumped all over him, 11-0. Seemed like we were just going to kind of just kind of walk through them, and they didn't really have an answer. And sure enough, they battled back.
Well, and you and I had talked a little bit about how happy we were to see what we saw at Columbia, and my response was, okay, now consistency, and that's where we have a tendency to struggle, is with that consistency in our effort and our physicality, and it was there to start the game. We went flat, a lousy second quarter. We came back out in third quarter, and we basically played kind of like we did the first quarter, and spread it to a reasonable amount. 17 or 19, something like that, and just didn't finish it off well. But I tell you, you go to St. James, basketball tradition, a town close to us. They're always trying to put a thumping on us, and to be able to walk away with a win, you kind of need to be satisfied. I told the guys today, I said, I've had some good teams in the past where something like that can easily sneak up and bite you, and you don't even know how that happened. But this is a quality basketball team. They found a way to get it done convincingly.
Well, I was talking to Jeremy Shelton actually over there at Taylor Chrysler and this morning about it, and I said, well, the bottom line is, if you want to be an elite team, you have to have elite work.
Yep.
And we didn't quite have elite work last night like we did the night before. And again, that's that opener. If you want to be that Final Four team, that's what has to happen. So but again, so let's see. Now we got a chance to rebound. Going to be heading down to the Republic tournament. I got the bracket up over here. It's the Republic tournament. Got a nice little showing. We start off tomorrow, 4 p.m. against Springfield Central.
Yeah.
So we got the early game. Springfield Central was in the championship game of the Republic tournament last year, but they graduated a bunch of seniors, and they're kind of in a little bit of a rebuild. They're 1-3 on the season. Their one win came against Parkview at the Arvis tournament last weekend. And but their losses have been they lost to Elias,
Bentonville,
and I think north side or south side out of Arkansas.
Yeah.
So they played really, really tough teams. And, Parkview is always going to be a tough out. So we're familiar a little bit from the fall with them, played them in fall league. But it's one of those games. If the boys aren't focused, it could easily.
It's exactly what we talked about today. 100%. Yeah, it's one of those games that you're confident in that you can go in there and take care of business. But if you don't go in and give that consistent effort and step up and be physical like you're capable of doing, this is a game where you can walk out of there being frustrated, and we're not willing to be frustrated about that. We're gonna find a way to go get it done. And um, Republic tournament is always a fun time for all of our guys, and it's even more fun when you get to play for a championship. So this is the first step of getting to go do that.
And so we'll take a look at the rest of the bracket right there. We got Ozark and Park Hill South. Park Hill South? Yeah,
Yeah.
Park Hill South, yeah. And Ozark. And Ozark, man, they're always a quality team. They got one of the top juniors in the state, probably like a top 10 junior down there in Kyle Pickering. Um, got a nice program, got a winning tradition. I think that's where the Kickapoo JV coach, right?
Yes.
He's over at Ozark now.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job. Boy, they will go. They will go. But this Republic tournament, man, I mean, it's always very high quality tournament. Uh, I've said a million times before, you can go there being a 20-win team and walk away 0-3 if you're not hitting on all cylinders.
So then Republic and Olathe West are on the top part of the bottom bracket. Again, Republic graduated again. The Hedgewood kid that's a heck of a player. I think they graduated the big kid that was the big tight end, and they got their shooter, the corner shooters back, I believe. I can't remember what his name is.
I haven't seen any film on them. I have gotten to see some Ozark and Central, but yeah. I haven't gotten to see much on Republic.
And Tim Brown's going to have them ready to play.
Timmy always does, yeah.
And then down in the bottom part of the bracket, the last matchup will be Cap City and Liberty. Again, Cap City got Grady Payton, 6'9". They played before us at the Norm Stewart Classic. Known Grady for a long time. He ended up was a tiny little point guard when he started. In junior high, was undersized. And man, that junior high, he started stretching up to, next thing you know, he's 6'1", 6'2". Went to high school, was 6'5", and now he's 6'9". Again, going to be a highly sought after recruit.
Well, he's not just tall. He's a really good player. And so, yeah, that's going to be an interesting side too. That's just it's a fun tournament, man. If you're a spectator, that's a good one to go watch.
And we'll always typically kind of get quite a few there, so that's always a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. We may even have to go with a special Inside the Huddle at the hot wing hot sauce contest, because I heard a lot of good stuff about that.
Man,
and we may have to go live with that.
I'm liking me some hot wings.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So then just real quick, after that, we'll come back, we'll have some time off. Next Friday, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday, the 19th, will be Blair Oaks. That'll be the next varsity game.
Blair Oaks is a good basketball team.
Yeah, they're hit 2-0 right now. They just come off their state championship football run.
Beat Eugene last night.
Yeah, Eugene's a solid team. They'll be in their holiday tournament. Blair Oaks is loaded with seniors. They gave us fits last year, one on a buzzer beater at St. James tournament. Won a little more convincingly at home just a few weeks before that. But, man, they are a high-powered team.
It's one you got to be ready for, especially at their place.
Yeah, they got size. They got guard play.
Our schedule is really tough, and it's so good for us because it's, I think it really prepares us going down the stretch for the, our big hopes are to do more than just win a few games.
Exactly.
And our schedule is going to prepare us.
And then after that, then we'll have the holiday hoops.
Are they doing that on purpose? Like anytime they see we're about to talk,
it is.
Shannon Snitker, is he?
I think
Shannon.
Might be him. Coach Snecker down there doing stuff.
Yeah.
There was the Tommy Boy or Grown Ups. I think they had that in with the buzzer.
Yes.
Then we'll have the holiday hoops in Rolla. We'll talk about that later, babe.
It kind of gave a little bit of the movies that we watched.
Yeah, that's
says a little bit about it.
Is that wrong?
No, I think it's perfect.
It's a good time, man.
Yeah.
Gotta have that stuff. So, Coach, before we kind of wrap up, let's take a look at some of our sponsors. Always like to give a shout out to them. Again, already talked about Phelps County Bank being the title sponsor. Appreciate everything they do. Go to mypcd.com. You can find out more about them. Home Sweet Mo Properties. They came on board as our spotlight segment sponsor. So they sponsor a lot of the senior signings and senior night events, stuff like that. So appreciate Danielle and Jordan over there at Home Sweet Mo Properties. As we already talked about, Taylor Chrysler, they are your hometown dealer, one of the few hometown dealers that we have left in our area. So over there, thanks to Jeremy Shelton for providing that sponsor. Juan Skills Academy, Kobe Juan's out there putting his facility in, does a great job, two-time All-State Bulldog. We talked about him a lot. Jackie Morozowitz in full bloom, doing all the backdrop rail party decor. Appreciate that. JP Maxwell with the season ticket, 104.9. Tuesdays from 5 to 6. Last week we were at 4 to 5. It's a little early for the minor game, but great job on them. Thanks for that. So, Coach, so how does that Pembroke Hill win rank in your memories of not just Mizzou Arena, but also the Hearns? So we're going to go back because more memories probably with Hearns and everything. How does that win right there on that court compared to some of those great games you've watched over the years?
Wow, that's yeah, you're talking to an old guy with not much of a memory. So
Probably like when Norm Stewart played.
yeah, exactly. I was just telling our coaches, I said I watched Steve Stepanovich and John Sunvold play in there when they were in high school. Uh, that's just one of those deals where you just love as a high school kid. That there wasn't a lot of people there. It's just our fans that would support and some other locals that love basketball. But there's something about playing on that floor that really provides such a great environment. And I know our guys really benefited from it. They really loved it. And I'm glad we got it done this year. As far as, great games, I'm sure there's plenty of great games that I just can't come up with right now, but that was really a great game for our guys. They just did a wonderful job. I was so pleased with them and happy for them.
How about Derek Chivas being out there handed in? I told Heath, I go, I don't think he knew that. I don't think you know that's Derek Chivas.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I text him. I go, that was Derek Chivas, right? He's like, are you kidding me?
I know.
He had no idea.
So a lot of our guys on our team don't even know who Derek Chivas was, but.
Because if I would have known he was going to, I would have grabbed a Band-Aid and had Ethan walk out there with the Band-Aid. Remember, he used to wear the Band-Aid on?
I would venture to guess that there's even a few of our guys might not even know who Norm Stewart was.
Yeah.
And
Norm, and why does he have this classic?
Yeah, exactly. But that's the way it is. When you're young, you don't kind of oblivious to some of the history of it. But yeah, there was a lot of history there, and our own John Brown.
Yep.
Man, he didn't play on that floor, but he played over there in the Hearns, and a lot of excitement during that time.
Two-time All-American.
Yeah.
Yep. And he talked about that being the court because Hearns was new.
Yep.
When he went in there, right?
Yeah.
And he said the house that John built. That was kind of how it was framed because he was the guy, the huge recruit that they were able to pull in from Little Dixon, Missouri, and
John was quite a player, man.
Quite a player and quite a guy too.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever got to play against him. We played on the same city league team for a little bit, and
I got manhandled by him.
That guy, that dude can throw you around, but could make shots. He was already past his prime, way past his prime when I was playing with him, and that guy could just light it up still from anywhere. And I mean, when I say light it up, I'm talking wherever on the floor, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, he was that good.
Banking him in.
Yeah.
His post moves, his legs, move you out of the way. He was a strong guy. Again, just a great guy. Got to his house to play, and that was a lot of fun back in the day.
Mike Gouvet, he played with us.
And he played for Army for Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight, yeah. Mike would probably move you around and hurt you more than John.
And then smile.
Yes, exactly. He was happy.
You get done with bruises. Oh my gosh, Mike Gouvet, man. I haven't talked about him for a while.
Yeah.
That's a good group. Well, Coach, hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you joining us. Want to thank again Taylor Chrysler for being the Coach Talk sponsor and Phelps County Bank for being the title sponsor of Inside the Huddle. Best of luck to you tomorrow. So
thanks,
tune
buddy.
in 4 o'clock. I'll put it out there on the page. It's going to be streamed, but actually going to be broadcast. So they should have people announcing everything on
they will.
All 3 nights. First night, I think they got someone filling in, and then David's going to be on there those next 2 nights. He does a great job. One of the best down there. I love what he does. So yeah, make sure you tune in if you can't make the drive down there 4 o'clock, and then after we win that, we'll play at I think 8 or 8:30 on Friday night. So
let's go get them dogs.
Let's go. All right. So for Coach Mark Miller, I'm Tom Brown, and from Inside the Huddle to the Heart of the Game. We'll see you next time.